And this is the African Queen. And the African Queen is now getting the first real batch of coffee to Crown Falls. And with that, we have then all the materials scattered and all the resources and all the consumer goods for our engineers to be able to upgrade them to investors. Now, we do have enough resources here in Crown Falls. The only thing right now is that we are low on the oil, so we do need to do something about the oil first. I do have a few cargo ships available right now. We do have in Sifington 5 oil springs up here, and we can then transport it down here, you know, in that case here, for another oil production. And the other one would be the New World. In the New World, we have, look at that, 21 in La Fortuna alone. So that is a mighty oil production island here. And for that, I will need 2 full cargo ships though, loaded with materials, especially windows and reinforced concrete and bricks and stuff like that. So that's why we get now these cargo ships here. We have 2 of them. We do have the resources. So let's load it up. Construction material. Let's get 100 tons of windows, 100 tons of reinforced concrete, and then steel beams. 100 of them. And this one here is taking 200 bricks, 1 timber, and more steel beams that we need. Right, so let's get those 2 ships to the New World. And what we can also do is, we have an oil tanker already, the Towering Crest, and let's send the Towering Crest to the New World as well, because this one is then going to deliver the first oil then from the New World to Crown Falls. And while the Towering Crest is on its way, we can still build, well, here we are doing it right now, another oil tanker. We do need that for Sifington, because in Sifington we're going to do the same. So in Sifington we do have oil springs over here. We do have a harbor down here. So the only thing we need to do really is move the depots. We're going to move the depots over there. And then we can have a small oil harbor. Lucky this time it doesn't need influence, right? We're going to cut that road there, and then we're going to build those tracks all the way up there. In that case, as we can see here, we do have a 3-layered road for that exact reason. So we can get the tracks over here to the other side of the island there. Connecting here. And going then into here, into an oil refinery. We do need some workers, but we do have them enough. And yes, we can squeeze all of them in here. We certainly can. And then we have the track here. Very good. Let's just build those crossings there again. Righto, and the oil well now of course does need some additional oil wells. For that we do need a few more bricks though, so let's get a few more bricks.
You've been playing for 2 hours.
Oh, and I don't have any ships available once again. Now the oil tank is being built, and then let's build 3 more cargo ships because we do need them. We have the influence for that, and soon we'll be able to upgrade to investors anyway, and then influence will be a problem of the past, hopefully. Do we have a free ship available? Nope, we don't. So we just need to wait on that. But what we can do in the meantime is the salvagers in one of the diving locations. So we have the Forgotten Heroes quest right now, so we do need to find
I shall be a trustee.
Oh, a gummed up printing press. Oh, Miss Hunt, I haven't forgotten you. So that wasn't something of worth. Let's continue. Up here was another one. Somewhere here. There is one. Very good. There we have another diving spot that we can go for. And I think another one was then... somewhere here with these islands there. But let's just go to that one up there now. Hopefully there is something of worth noting. Actually, we do have some of those guys here lingering, and as you can see, there is something. Target place. Oh, the priest, look at this.
Oh, heavens, I thought you were the photographer.
Now this is looking better than last time.
Of course, you know what?
Such a pity you do not.
You lost an influence bonus.
So let's just go over there with the salvager now, and then we can go to this place here. I think this is actually the place that we need to find. But the salvager has arrived over here now. There is the diving spot. Okay, for some reasons I cannot dive here, even though we do have a diving spot there. No idea. So let's go over here. Because this is the ship that we're looking for. This is definitely a ship ruin and not just a diving spot. So that should be fine then, right? We have another oil tanker now. The Southern Cross. Southern Cross, you can go down here now to Siffington. And in Siffington, we can then have our production for that. But the oil tanker unfortunately cannot... Oh, actually, I think we can... Can we store some resources on that? Other than oil. Because we do need some bricks. That's all we really need. Nope, we cannot. We cannot trade there normal goods.
Begin the turn.
So in that case, yeah, we need to wait for that cargo ship to finish construction. Meantime, our salvager is arriving now at that spot here. It's a beautiful little island.
I have not left the palace in haste to be denied.
And this is it.
Against a ship of the line. Only father's obsession with the scepter could have clouded his judgment so. The last piece must be down there in the murk.
Okay, use Richardson lock.
Santissima Victoria in his journal before it wrecked on the coast.
There's the lock. Let's have a look why. All hope is lost. Our king has forsaken. No word from the rowboat. So our patrol was uneventful. The night is calm. Thanks to Admiral Nadaski's exceptional strategy, the HMS Ajax and many of her sister ships have prevailed in the Battle of Trelawney. We have new orders. The Ajax has been chosen by His Majesty himself to chase and board the Santissima Vittoria, where we are to retrieve an object of great importance. The enemy have a significant advantage, but the HMS Ajax is a logical choice, being one of the few frigates still in good condition. And we encountered the Santissima Vittoria southeast of the mainland. She opened fire on sight. Our commanded the Ajax to retaliate. We disabled the rudder and saw the enemy flagship wreck against the east coast of the mainland, pulled in by a strong current. The scepter has gone with her, and we too are filling with water. And then they sunk. Alright, and while I read this one, we got our oil fleet in the New World, and in La Fortuna, we can then start with the second oil, or the second outer oil production, that is. And yeah, we need to find it, and in this case here, I'm pretty sure it's this one here, right? I mean, I don't trust my instinct that there it is. Well, we can see that because we have an arrow above it. There is a ruin here too. There are lots of shipwrecks here on Crown Falls. And down here we have it. So let's get over there with the salvager. And there we should find something of worth. And we have another cargo ship ready. Very good. The Andromeda. And the Andromeda is getting some bricks. We do need more of that, I guess. Some steel beams.
There is no mistake. This was once Macarone's great flagship. The Eagle must be here.
Alright, let's dive. Let's see if we can find what's down there. And there we found it.
For a second I thought he'd beaten us to it. Marvelous. You know, now that I see it, it really doesn't look much like an infant. Oh well, none of my subjects will ever dare to question it.
Alright, that's what I put my work in there.
He promised.
The Eagle of the Scepter of Capone. Let's deliver it to him. There is my salvage already coming. And I think, yep, there we have the main ship.
We're only as good as our last. Ah, keep the wretched bird. This is the second time my family have been humiliated here. Cursed place. I must return to face my fate at the hands of King Joao. None of your pity, thank you. It has been a long time coming.
Alright.
Orders? Mr. Oliveira was truly a man of his word. Had it been me, I'd never have let him have our piece of the scepter.
Alright, let's deliver those things now back to the restorers. And then we have the artifact completed. So we get the rod, the pommel, and the eagle now back to those artisans there. And while my ship is doing that, we can finish our oil productions. Yes, we have. Stop talking so much.
Stand to attention for the
There we have one now. So we are producing now some oil down here. We have, let's see, the Southern Cross too, but it has a sickness right now. So let's get the ship further out here into the ocean for now. Southern Cross. We do have, as we can see, quite the disease here. The hospital is in full action though, so hopefully we can do that. And while we wait for that here, let's go back to the New World. And here we have lots of resources now. Let's get them over there. Oh, and now we have a full output storage here. So now we don't have enough ships anymore all of a sudden. For the cotton fabric, right? Cotton fabric. Cotton fabric. There it is. We do have enough of that. So I guess we will need more of those cotton mills then as well. Let's get 2 more here. And they could also work with a bit more productivity. No, they can't. No chance. Right, that's that. And yeah, over here now, where do we have a harbor? There is a harbor. And there we can now start with our next oil harbor. That is oil harbor here. And then we have the oil refinery, and there are lots of those patches here. So let's see. That can't be all. Oh yeah, we have another one over here then. Right, so we can have those guys here. The problem is they're far away. So for trains, it's going to take a long time. So we probably am going to have 2 harbors here then. But let's have this one here for now.
I better watch what I said.
Should be fine. We can squeeze all of them in here. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's lots of oil here. And there we have the train. So it's good that it's so close to the harbor. Because this one here is producing now at what? 800% efficiency? Yeah, it looks like it's going for 800 there. Might be even higher than this. Perfect. That is very good to see. Now we have a new major oil production here. And Towering Crest is on that trade route. Create the trade route, oil route. And we get the first oil route now from the New World to Cape Trelawney. With oil. And the Towering Crest is the ship of choice. With this one here, we can now start that. Now, for the first round, it will not be having that much oil. The first 53, how do you say, gallons of oil are coming now. Being delivered on the beautiful train here in the New World. And that means then more electricity for my people. Off you go. Now we still have 2 cargo ships here that are kind of in the way. There is a cargo ship here, Mirabelle, with the cotton. Let's also have more cotton per ship. Once again, we now have cargo ships there as well. And Sean Lafortune now demands 200,000. And we're going to pay him. I know we can exploit him by declaring war and then just going for ceasefire again. But we want to keep our reputation, and that's why we need to pay that. So we're going to need now to pay several huge amounts of money there every single time. It doesn't matter because we have enough money at this point, but once again, I don't want to reset my reputation with the pirate, and thus we're just going to pay it. And there we have the first oil now. And Towering Crest is now on its way to Crown Falls. Beautiful. That's that. And we do have the resources, so yeah, let's upgrade this one here, because that ship is going to take a while before it comes back, so we want to have as much here as possible. We're definitely going to need a second ship on that though then. So that's something. Okay, back in Cape Trelawney. We still have the sickness here. And my Southern Cross here still has the sickness too. But it's going to take a while here anyway for this oil to come in anyway. Righto. And then once this is the case, we can then finally go for it. Now, over here, let's have a look. We can... Do we have some electricity somewhere? Yes, we do. And thus we can go for investors now, finally. At least the first people here are ready for it. So let's upgrade them. Shall we do that? Let's have a look at our influence then as well. And that's a lot more influence now. And we reached the age of big business. We got now investors in our town as well. That was a funny icon there.
Once built, your court of justice shall inaugurate a new era of peace and prosperity for Empire.
And with this, we finally have
Just
now
so
the
you know,
court of justice.
I'm not fond of garlic or profiteroles.
And let's have a look at that real quick. I'm not going to build it right away.
Your court of justice shall inaugurate a new era of peace and prosperity for
And that is the one. This is the embassy kind of court of justice. Once we've built this, we can finally get new AI opponents into the game. Especially Hugo, and of course Bente has not been destroyed yet. She's just on an island waiting, you know, she's got refuge here in Crown Falls and we're going to give her an island back then. So with that we can then finally go for it, but of course this monument is going to take quite some time. What we still need to do though is, well, we can't have investors here and then having these dirt roads here everywhere. This is just totally unacceptable. Right, so we do need more of these roads here. I think we don't even need the pub here anymore. Might be something. There we can have the street going down here. There we have a street. And yes, I do have lots of courtyards. So I think it will also be time now to finally fill these courtyards with fountains and stuff like that. So now the real beautification of Crown Falls is beginning. This is going to look amazing once everything is finally here, but of course it's taking time, especially if you have a lady hunt at your back all the time. There we got another row here for a train, so we can have electricity here then as well. There we have the power station, so we should still build it. We haven't done that yet. No, let's have it like that. Right, and here we can have... let's have some elm trees there. I think the autumn color fits to such a power station there. So now we can have a power plant here too. So this one here is then built electrified with more investors then coming up. Meantime, I can still upgrade a few more. Let's do that here. 2 investors, and I just love how much influence how much influence you get in here. And just if you're asking, the Court of Justice is a mod. So it's a mod that you need to install. It's the AI shipyard mod. And this opens up a new monument building. Of course, it takes several stages again to complete. And once you've completed that, you have the embassy. And with the embassy, you can then get new AI opponents into the world. In that case here, dirt roads are becoming a thing of rare sight, I hope. Here in the center, everything is now paved. And then soon we can work on all the details here everywhere, but there's so many things to do. Incredible, but beautiful town. Absolutely beautiful. It's a dreary capital though, so it's not a beautiful place to live in at this point. Part of the problem here are of course the factories that we have and the slaughterhouses and stuff like that. So those are things that we're going to get rid of as well. Right, so we have over 1,000 bricks now, so we really don't have to worry about that anymore. We are at 57,000 incoming there, that's good to see. can be higher though. So something else that just crossed my mind is we don't have any jewelry, right? That is another thing, the pocket watches. Let's have a look at the consumables there real quick. It's one of the major ones. This one gives you lots of money. And it's not that expensive to build. You do need glass and you need gold. Well, in the old world we have, in the new world we have 2 cargo ships available at our disposal. And we have La Fortuna with 8 gold deposits. Right, so the only thing we need to do really is build these gold mines here. Now, we don't have enough bricks, I think, for all of that. So let's get to Port Royal. We do have lots of bricks there. Wait a second, I don't need both of them. Having then enough gold mines here, we have 8 gold deposits. I can then transport them over to Crown Falls and thus make the pocket watches. But we do need a few bricks there. But in the meantime, we do have one here. We do have probably one here. So we can already have, yep, a warehouse here and a warehouse here. We will need a bridge over here though, because the warehouses do need to have a connection to the main harbor. And then we can already have 2 gold mines here. Right. And they produce every 1 hour and 1 minute and 15 seconds.
Buildings abandoned.
Siffington epidemic is over. Good to see. Let's upgrade those buildings again. And how's the oil tanker? Oil tanker has no sickness anymore. Southern Cross. And we do have enough oil in the harbor here. So let's get the second oil trade route up and running. From Siffington to Crown Falls and oil. Southern Cross. You can do this now. Because we do need lots of oil. This is most definitely low here. Yep, it's almost totally out. Because we got a few additional power plants now. And of course they do need lots of it. But look at that. So many buildings that we can upgrade here in the center. And let's just do it, right? Boom, I love that. And the influence is amazing that we have now.
You reached a new milestone.
New city stages, Metropolis. Lots and lots of new investors. And for the next episode, I promise you this, I'm going to work on that Project Distinction mod here because I don't like how the investors look right now. Right, we do have probably some high towers there. Yes, those. And they do look nice, but for some reasons they're not being built right now. And this is a shame. Right, so I need to work on that. Otherwise I get just rid of it for now and get the more colorful color back there again, because those buildings don't look good at all. And yeah, I promised you something else, and that is having those fountains there. Right, so there is also some beautification here that we still need to do. There are going to be some elm trees here in the center. Oh, and here too. And a decent street for decent buildings. Righto, and then we have more trees here. Because this is just looking beautiful. And then we have, yeah, we can even have then more trees here, going all the way up there. And this is how I imagined it would look like. Then we have trees here, we have fountains, we have those beautiful towns and houses there. And then we have some churches here and there. Even though we don't need all of these churches anymore, I'm still going to keep them because, of course, it just looks nice. Here too, we do have some space here. Let's have some trees in between, some beautiful major trees. Mature trees. It's all about these details that matter when you go through a city like this one here. And here actually, as I can see, we do have higher buildings, you know. Oh. Oh, that's not good. In our grain farms, we do have the fire station here. Let's mobilize it. We can't allow that to happen. Right, so we need to rebuild it then rather quickly. But for now, everything is working out. And we finally have the investors. Influence is no longer a problem. And then we can focus on completing the final mission for that.